camp, and Gareth is joining us on Zoom. Should we read anything into that?
No, not at all. No injuries. Everybody's got a clean bill of health. So no, it's part of his plan today. He's got a plan that he had to get himself in the right shape for tomorrow, and he's sticking to it. And I've got nothing but respect for him for doing that.
Rob, just trying to put into words what tomorrow means for the squad, and for yourself, remembering Jimmy Murphy, a Ron the boy, was the last Wales manager to take the team to the World Cup.
Yeah, through difficult circumstances at the time as well, Rob. So we can. We're all excited. The atmosphere in the changing room today at the training ground. I think it was all part of the first part of the session, and you can see what they're all about as a group. It's no different to any build-up that we had for any other game, and that's exactly how we're trying to treat it. We're not creating any more pressure. It's just another game for us. We understand, of course, we do the importance of it, but we've got a plan in place, and it's trusting now in the plan and going out and giving our best.
Have you got many selection dilemmas ahead of tomorrow, or have you picked the team and are you told the players?
I know the team. Yeah, of course I've got selection. A headache, absolutely, but it's a good headache to have. We've got, for those of you who saw the Poland game the other night, I thought the younger players really did give a great account of themselves against a very strong Polish team. So that speaks volumes about what we've got coming through, and it's encouraging to see that it's not just about building for success now, Rob. It's about building success for the next 3-4 years. And having seen that performance the other night, it does give you a problem. You've got all your players fit and ready to play.
What about Ukraine? You know the added circumstances of them being here. How much have you had to deal with that within the camp, and what threats do they pose to you?
No, the message pre-camp, which is what I said in the press conference we had when I announced the squad, if we could take away what they're going through in a heartbeat, we absolutely would, every single one of the staff and players. Now, this is business, and that's it. It's not spoken about in camp. This is an opportunity for Wales, for us, to qualify for a World Cup, and full focus is on that.
And last one from me, well, joint one really. Will you sleep tonight ahead of the biggest game ever featured in? And what could it mean to the country?
It's massive for the country, of course it is. Of course it is. The excitement, the buzz around the place. We've given ourselves an unbelievable opportunity. I'll sleep well tonight because I trust in the players. I've got a great group of lads, honestly. It's a pleasure to work with them. I'm honoured to work with them day in, day out. And when you've got the quality that we've got in that changing room, and you see that when it all comes together, it's good, then you trust in that. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm more excited than anything.
And Ukraine?
And Ukraine, yeah, I thought they give a great account of themselves, absolutely, against Scotland. I think Scotland will be disappointed in aspects of their performance, Rob. We've analysed the game, we've done a lot of work on it, and Ukraine pose a threat. They're there because, for a reason, they're a good outfit, and irrespective of what they've been through and what they've had to do to get here, they're a good outfit, and we'll show them that respect. But we also know that we've gone toe-to-toe with the Belgiums of the world and the Austrias of the world, and come out, victorious over those games. So we're confident going into it.
All the best, Rob.
Thanks, Rob.
Graham.
Thanks, Ian. Hi, Rob.
Hiya. You too.
You say it's business, but it's not business as usual on the Ukraine side, obviously, because of what has happened. And it's a very different situation to when you first got through to this player. How difficult has it been to exclude all that for you and the players this week, the background context on their side? And do you think it played any part in Scotland's defeat in the week?
Look, I can't speak for what went on in Scotland's camp. All I can control is my camp. And I know that, it is business as usual. That's not hard for us to understand that. We're in control of that environment. We can control what comes into that environment. And like I said at the start, pre-camp, we'll be sympathetic. Absolutely, of course we are. I'm a dad myself, and I see the news and I see what's going on. It's appalling. But that's it now. We've got a job to do, and we're fully focused on it. And like I said, full focus from the players and all the staff has been on this game.
Do you think the atmosphere at Hampden Park was different to a normal atmosphere there? And do you expect it to be slightly different here again tomorrow?
I wasn't there. I was on the plane coming back from Poland, so I can't comment on that. All I know is, against Austria, the atmosphere out here was unbelievable, and I know our supporters will give us exactly the same again from the first minute.
And in terms of your players, the likes of Gareth, Bale, Aaron Ramsey, do you feel they recognise this is their last big opportunity to do something special with the World Cup?
Yeah, possibly. You know, they both know that competitions like this, you know, don't come around that often. So, and they will be throwing absolutely everything into it, like they do in the big games. You know, look at what Gareth did in the last game against Austria. Look what Aaron's done for us in the past, scoring important goals, big goals for us in big games. So, they're both in a good place, and they're both looking forward to the game.
Do you need a better quality performance even than you produced against Austria?
Yeah, we always want to improve. There's always aspects of our game that we want to do better on. We've looked back at the game against Austria, and as much as we were pleased with the result, of course there's always things we need to improve on, and we've done a bit of work on that as well to make us better and continue to improve. Cheers.
Okay. Lawrence, anybody?
Yeah, I was just wondering, Rob, obviously all those past games of Wales where they've been so near you, this team's sort of proved over the last few years that actually they are up for those big occasions, you know, Hungary and Austria. Have you seen that sea change at first hand?
Yeah, just talking to Connor about it coming down. Now, when you look at the group of players we've got as well now, you know, it's not just the starting 11. Whereas before, when I played, maybe, you know, it was an 11 that was just representing Wales, and that's no disrespect to the players that I played with, but now we've got a starting 11 that's very good, and we've got other players that we're having to disappoint that are playing top football and on the top of their game. So we've got that strength in depth. Again, I talk about the Poland game. We've shown that against a very, very good Polish team that, you know, we're more than capable of competing with these top European teams now, and that gives us an opportunity then to be successful in major competitions.
Was there anything in the Ukraine performance then when you sat back and analysed it that surprised you?
No, they didn't surprise me. I knew they do the not so pretty side of the game really, really well, as you'd imagine. You know, they work their socks off for each other, and they've got quality. You know, they can hurt you at any given time. You look at the goals that they scored, they're a threat from a physicality point of view, but they've got good rotations in the middle of the park, and how they play, they're very attack minded. So, you know, we will fully respect how they go about their job and what they do. But we know on paper as well, you look at our team and we'll pose more than a threat for them as well.
Just finally from me, I see that some tickets have been given to families who've been displaced, and it seems like there's been a real sort of effort to welcome Ukraine to this game, which you wouldn't usually see in an international.
And rightly so, absolutely. Yeah, we are playing our part, but it's the environment that I create in camp. It becomes a level where we just have to throw focus onto the game. But outside of that, yeah, of course we're going to support and do our bit.
Ian?
Hi, Rob.
Hi, Ian.
Rob, just wanted to ask you, your 23rd game charge tomorrow seems to have flown by since like USA did.
Yeah.
In 2020. What's different from Rob back then to now?
Good question. What's different? Perhaps you're seeing a little bit more of a stamp of my team on there now, out there. We've had to tweak I think the principles when I first took over that were already in place. We were being successful by having those principles in attack and defence, and if it's not broke, don't fix it. So we've continued with them, but we've had to tweak the personnel at times, and the formations changed slightly. We've evolved for certain players to get the best players out there, and we've had to tweak the formation slightly. So I think you're seeing that. That's a way that I've wanted to play. So no major changes. Some changes would have gone unnoticed. The environment is very, very good. It always has been. And like I've said, it was Speedo that first started this 12, 13 years ago, whatever it was. And I've just continued that momentum. Like I said, when you've got a good group of senior players in the change room that we've got, it's easy to manage them because they continue that culture in that changing room. So not a lot of changes have been made. Like I said, a few tweaks to the personnel and the formation change.
In terms of the players we've spoken to a lot of this week, they clearly don't need any explanation how big this could be for Wales. Does that make it easier for you in the dressing room tomorrow? The words need to be said, but what sort of message will you give them if you feel you need to?
Yeah, we won't need to build them up for this game. Certainly not. Of course not. You know, just to represent your country is a great honour, but they'll all understand the importance of the game and the opportunity that they've got to to go down in history. And it'll be. It's important that we play the game, not the occasion. That'll be the key message. You know, don't let the emotions get the better of you, and trust in the process, trust in what we've worked on, and focus on your job. All right.
Any more questions? Yeah. Sorry, I'll come to you after me. Sorry.
He hasn't yet, but Brooksy is en route to camp, which is brilliant. Yeah, it's great. So he's going to be back with us, and part of the camp.
Gareth, did any change at all in this that he's had to kind of put another session in today?
No. It was always part of the plan coming in. Like I said, I've always got, for the senior players, we ask them what they need to get them in that best place for the game day. And some like to train 2 days before, some like to train the day before, some don't. So there's a lot of moving parts in it, and that's why I've got nothing but respect for the medical team. But he's got a plan in place, and he didn't want to veer away from that. And at this important stage of the build-up, I'm not going to go against that.
Again, sorry.
Like Ian had said, it's been 23 games in tenure now. If you could go back to the first game against the US and like back then, is there anything you tell yourself maybe to prepare you for this moment? Do you think you get here than you did? What would you say?
Yeah, just relax and trust in the players that you put on the pitch, because they're an unbelievable group. I can't speak highly enough of them. Like I said, you can't help but get anxious and nervous. But time and time again, I've put myself into that position, and nothing really has happened from it. So just learn to relax a little bit more. But it's easier said than done.
And is there anything that Bale and Ramsey maybe taught you that you weren't necessarily prepared to learn, or something that you've taken on board from this year?
Yeah, I think at club level, I think you're quite sort of bullish in your views and how you want to create a culture that is everybody's got to do the same. And I've absolutely learned one thing is, if you want your best players on the pitch, you've got to be able to adapt, and you've got to learn from that. And I think that's what the biggest thing for me, the change that I've had from when I first took over, is you've got to be prepared to adapt, and they've never let me down. You know, we've adapted the sessions for them personally through the week, and we've had them turn up on games and they've delivered. Cheers, thanks.
Okay, is that it? Thank you. Con will be up in a minute. Diolch yn fawr. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.